County Fairgrounds, pretty
Okay.
local to everybody
Right.
here on the south side.
So Galveston County Fairgrounds, explain to me, or for the guests that don't know, I mean, where is that exactly?
That would be like Highway 6, Hitchcock,
Yeah.
almost to Santa Fe. You know, if you'd be going north on Highway 6 from
Okay.
Galveston.
Yeah.
You know,
It's over there, yeah.
yeah, it'd be right. I don't know. It's probably 5 miles from 45
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
on Highway 6, or you could cut across at the dog track right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder why they haven't looked into doing it, because I've been working with the Big Ass Crawfish Bass recently. Yeah, and we're trying to set up to do some demos for charity at that event, because it's going to be at the Bayou Vista Park.
Nice.
They've got that lake over there. Granted, it's non-motorized. Can you believe that? Yeah, I got a bone to pick with the city of Lamarck. Let me tell you, I can ride my gas-powered boards in Lagomar Lagoon, a whatever multi-million-dollar development, crystal clear blue water, no issues. But I can't ride my jet surf board in the water that connects to the ocean.
Don't you have an electric one now?
Yeah, we do, and maybe that's what we're going to have to do.
Yeah,
We're
here
looking
we
to
go.
get special
Here we go.
permits. But yeah, I just couldn't believe that was a non-motorized water area. I'm like,
Wow.
this goes to the ocean. I don't understand. But yeah, it's a city ordinance by City of Lamarck. So we're having to get through the red tape to set up jet surf there.
Well,
But,
I guess next thing you know, you have a cigarette boat in there, or airboat.
Right,
You know.
come on now.
I mean, I'm all for it. Believe me, I love airboats and
right.
cigarette boats. But
Oh,
you know,
dude,
guess,
yeah. I mean, I'd love to see it, but yeah. But no, that would be a good place for it too. But it's probably not big enough, to be honest. They can host. So Big Ass Crawfish Bash in 2019 had 17,000 attendees. It was. I think
man.
they raised $400,000 for charity. It was
Wow.
it was insane. So they moved it to, or that's when they moved. It was getting really big at Bayou Vista Park. They took it over for a year or two, or maybe just the 1 year, to the dog park.
Right.
Yeah, I think for a couple of your dog track.
Yeah,
that
and that's when
parking
they
lot,
really
yeah.
started to like scale it up.
Yeah.
And then Dog Park, went out of business, or the ownership changed, and so
Yeah.
now no more events. So they had to go back to the Bayou Vista. We're hoping that they're going to have at least 10 to 15, but we don't know if they'll be able to accommodate 15 plus. But yeah, but man, what a turnout! I mean, I had no idea.
Is that where they did the
world
crawfish
record?
Guinness
cook-off?
Book of World Records too.
Yeah, they broke the world record out there, man.
Right.
Yeah, in
Wow.
like 2017 or something.
And I think for a
Remember-
couple of years, Cabo won the award for best crawfish, if I remember right.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they had
Wow.
a big trophy.
I thought it would be more just like a
Yeah.
homeboy,
Yeah.
making my back door. What? Like he would have won, but man, it was a restaurant.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, it's Cabo.
Wow.
Yeah, for at least
Okay.
2 years. Yeah.
I thought about. I'm really involved in the event in a lot of ways, but hopefully we're going to be doing the demos for charity and all that. But I thought about, like I said, I like to do boils. I thought about setting up a tent. I just don't know if I'll be able to do it all. Cook crawfish and do jet surf and everything. But I almost want to have a team, the jet surf crawfish team.
Come on.
I know.
Jet
I
surf
know.
Or just put together,
Hey, there we go.
Pull a page out of
Well,
my book.
yeah.
Instead of have a crawfish team, have a crawfish tasting team.
Yeah,
A
dude.
lot less work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just,
lot less
just
work.
be a judge.
Y'all-
Yeah, we'll just
y'all-
walk in line and
y'all-
the
y'all,
team's
you know,
here,
have,
bro.
Have matching
Yeah,
gear, get
there you go.
attention.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
think you're
Mix in
official.
Do you guys even cook crawfish? No, we're just here to eat.
Yeah.
Like,
They think you're
AJ and a bunch of
official.
her friends.
Let's
Yeah,
go, man.
That's
Yeah.
some serious marketing right there.
Like,
Yeah.
give me
And a lot
Miller
less
Lite.
work.
Yeah, Miller Lite and
and
a half a pound of crawfish.
you should look into getting over there, man,
Yeah.
and setting up a little
check
booth or
that out.
something. I don't know what it costs, but it's for a really good cause.
Yeah.
Again, 15,000 probably people going to be out there. It's one day. It ain't over 10 days.
Yeah.
15,000 on that Saturday. So
all
like
local.
you're going to get some exposure. All local.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, the boat show, I mean, they come in from all over,
Yeah.
which is fine. But yeah, this is something that really touches closer to home. These people, anything
Yeah.
that they need for their docks or boats or whatever.
And I've got
I
the
mean,
media kit. I can forward it to you because
Come on.
yeah,
For what?
Shannon from the scene, she's selling booths. So yeah,
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, all
Get
right,
that to me.
nice.
one of my old reps. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. When did you guys start doing that?
Oh, what?
The Big Ass Crawfish Bash, or
No, just one of my former ad reps actually has been with us in the beginning and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then left and came back a couple times. But yeah, she's actually selling booths for them for this one.
oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
No, but we've- I've
from
done-
the scene.
yeah, from the
Okay,
scene.
got
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
got you. Okay,
No, but we worked with them for at
Yeah.
least 3 or 4 years. Did full page ads,
Yeah.
marketing.
Heck
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a great event for a great cause. And of course, everybody loves crawfish.
Oh, I mean, everybody down here loves crawfish.
Yeah,
dude, it's. I mean, I lived in Louisiana for years, and that's where I got my taste for crawfish. You know, 5th and 6th grade, I was already eating. You know, they would throw them on the tables and just boils everywhere. We'd race crawfish in the streets. I mean, it was
Right.
awesome. Block parties. I'm talking literally on my street. We'd have a crawfish boil, and there'd be like 7 or 8 neighbors cooking crawfish. And they'd line up like 10, 15 of those fold-out tables all together, and then there would just be like 7 different stations.
Wow.
And then they would just throw crawfish on the table, so it'd be like 100 foot of
Buffet.
just crawfish, dog. I mean, that was like 5th grade. I'm just like, oh, I'm good for,
So
I'm
are
going
you
to
like
be eating it for life.
Are you kind of like a pinch and pull, or are you a peeler?
Both. It just depends on the crawfish.
Okay,
What's
yeah.
going on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes you got to pinch it. Sometimes you can just pull it out.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
depends. But probably the most minimal amount of pilling. But no, I can't just pinch and pull. Usually, I got to at least break off the one, like the first,
very first
shell.
Yeah.
And then I can take it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I don't know. I've got a lot of crawfish stories, but do y'all remember Crawdaddy's, which is now where Jackie's Brick House, and it was Heads and Tails, but then it was Crawdaddy's before that. It was
Before Jackie's?
Before, well, yeah, it was.
I don't.
It was
Yeah.
Heads
For
and
a
Tails
little
before
younger,
Jackie's,
a
and
little younger.
before Heads and Tails, it was Crawdaddy's.
Okay.
But you know, and this is back in the very early 2000s. But the owner of that just got to the point where he started joking that, man, next thing you know, because crawfish start popping up every restaurant. I mean, Italian restaurants. Have
Oh, dude,
Greek
everybody's got
restaurants.
it.
Everybody has.
Yeah.
During crawfish season,
Yeah, yeah.
every restaurant around here.
Literally, yeah.
He's like, man, I half expect to see toll booths start serving crawfish.
Oh, dude. Literally.
Yeah, maybe we can finally pay for that Sam Houston tollway. Right.
I'm surprised you can't get it from Valero.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm like dead serious.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't just have it like next to the hot dogs.
Like
Like,
in a, you get a
yeah,
pound in a little bag. Yeah.
yeah.
Like little fish bags from Walmart you used to get.
Oh,
I noticed
man.
during the March Madness, during the NCAA tournament, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I did watch some of the tournament games, and HEB had their crawfish commercial front and center, man.
Oh,
I'd see
man. They're big into it. That's
every
why
3
I-
commercials
yeah.
would be HEB with the guy from Louisiana that exclusively supplies HEB with all the crawfish.
I lived in San Antonio for 7 years, so I'm a big HEB fan.
Yeah.
There was no other option in San Antonio.
There wasn't much crawfish.
There wasn't much crawfish. The only crawfish you could get was at HEB.
Yeah. I
Nobody
lived
served
in,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I lived
you're
in
right.
Pleasanton for about 4 years.
Okay,
If you know
all
where
right,
that's
yeah.
at, just south
I
of
worked
San
in Pleasanton for Cactus Wellhead
Come
for,
on,
for a
yeah,
year and a
yeah.
half.
All right,
you heard
yeah.
about them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that used to be my stomping grounds in Pleasanton.
Yeah,
so
buddy, yeah.
I used to drive 50 miles to work every day and back.
I drove 50 miles, but I left Pleasanton and went down to Catula.
Okay, see, I was going back up to the
Yeah,
north
yeah.
side of San Antonio.
Yeah,
Like, damn, why don't you get a place down here? I'm like, where?
Yeah.
What the
No-
hell?
no
Like,
kidding.
yeah, I don't have an RV.
Me and my
Like-
wife were paying like $1,500 a month for like a 1-bedroom
Oh,
little
God.
house. Yeah, it was,
Terrible,
it
yeah.
was a joke.
But it was
all
probably a good experience, and I mean, at that time, that's where the money was. I was over there during the Eagle Ford
Yeah,
Shell boom,
Yeah.
and then it all basically we all got laid off.
Yeah, we were
man.
there from. I
Yeah.
was there from like 2012 to 15.
Yeah, okay, so
Somewhere around there.
dude, I was there. 2012 to like the end of 13. Yeah, I started in 2012. I was there about a year and a half. And then it was 14 or right at 15.
Yeah.
I mean, they had hired 250,000 people in San Antonio to work down there, and then 250,000 people lost their jobs. It was like, and they were good paying jobs. I
Damn.
mean, they're all making 50 plus.
Oh, yeah.
And then to just be like, yeah,
To push a
later,
broom.
go back to Burger King up north, like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Because that's what I saw that. Everybody was hiring in San Antonio at that time. McDonald's, Burger King, all the retail places now hiring because everybody was taking oil field gigs.
yeah.
They're like, screw this, I'm not
Yeah.
working at McDonald's anymore.
Right.
I can go get trained to work at Schlumberger
Yeah.
or Baker Hughes. They were building major facilities down there.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
they
why
all-
would you push a broom at McDonald's for $10 an hour when you can push a broom in the oil field for 20?
I'm telling you, yeah. So it was crazy. They all had to kind of go back up to those old jobs, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but it was fun though because the Spurs were in like they were making
yeah.
a run.
Oh man, I went to a finals game. I think in 14. I think
somewhere right around there.
Yeah,
I
man,
remember.
they were going to the playoffs every single year,
Yeah.
but they went to the finals that year, and I don't think they won that year, but they did win the game I went to. They
Yeah,
were,
we
I think,
definitely caught the Spurs fever.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
dude, I
going
was
on.
definitely a Spurs fan,
Yeah.
and it's crazy how that works. I wasn't a huge Rockets fan, because I had been in the military and I was gone from Houston for a long time. So I'd kind of fallen off basketball, and people were like, man, you're from Houston, though. How can you not support the Rockets? And I'm like, dude, I've lived in San Antonio 5 years now, man, and I just love the Spurs, dude. They're just such an amazing team. I like their style. They're not loud or too proud. They were just super chilled. Like, they had the dynamics down. They weren't flashy. It was just like, they're going to make it to the playoffs, bro. And they were always the number 1 seed.
It was like, and it was a team sport,
yeah. So it was hard not to get on that bandwagon.
Well, especially if all you had to do is go out to eat one time, and you're like catching the fever.
Or you might run into Tim Duncan or something.
Yeah,
I mean, they were always around. I mean, a lot of my friends, saw a lot of players. It was a lot of fun, and the fact that Houston has all these teams, soccer and hockey and football and all this stuff. All they got out in San Antonio is the Spurs. Yeah. That's it, Spurs, baby. Yeah. So
it's really amazing that they don't have a football team.
Yeah. Well, you know why?
I mean, I know the
Jerry Jones, boy, he ain't never going to let that happen. That's Cowboy Town out there. Right. Yeah. Well, it's about 50-50 now. There's so many people from Houston out in San Antonio. Okay. It's about 50-50, but I think it's more Cowboy City than Houston. But there's definitely before the Texans, all day long Cowboys. Yeah. But there's more Texans fans
if the
now.
Cowboys are playing at noon and the Texans are playing at noon, you couldn't watch the Texans.
No.
I lived out there.
No.
Back before everything got all political, we used to watch the Texans quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And I always said that all of Texas and half of Houston is Cowboys fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I used to say.
And the Cowboys fans like to say it's America's team, but I like to argue that. I think maybe that was a different America, a different time.
Then they used to say it's God's team because they even had the hole in the stadium, the original stadium, so God could watch the Cowboys play. Wasn't that the story?
Whatever.
They had a good run in the 80s, but man, And my dad is a huge Cowboys fan, FYI. I actually took him to a Cowboys game 2 years ago for Christmas.
Nice.
We drove all the way up to Dallas, went to a game, stayed at the Gaylord. It was a really good time. I think it was for Christmas.
I always figured San Antonio was Cowboys, but let's talk about baseball. Astros, right?
Come on.
No.
Are the Rangers?
Rangers.
Really? Really?
All day long.
For the record, I want to point out Charlie's sporting the Astros shirt right now for the Astros home opener.
I'm Stros all day, baby. I wore an Astros hat for 3 years of my life. Never left my head. Now it's Jet Surf hats. But everybody knew me as, that guy in the black Astros hat? That guy in the white Astros hat?
Yeah.
That was me. Man, I unfortunately... Rangers got it locked down over there. They do their little weekend thing they do. They actually play. They do like 2 or 3 games or a weekend where the Rangers play at the
parks there.
What is it called? Man, what is their stadium? I can't think of it right now, but it's like a famous stadium. That's where UTSA plays, which was neat going to UTSA.
In San Antonio.
Yeah, in San Antonio because
Roadrunners.
We were like one of 13 schools in the nation that could drink at football games because normally you can't drink on campus.
Only if you're not an outlaw.
Right. Yeah. You go drunk, but you may not drink at the game in the stands. But for UTSA, it was a public venue. It wasn't owned by the school. Gotcha. It wasn't on school property. They had like a 50-year lease. So, everybody was just getting swasty pants at the games. It was pretty wild. I was there for the inaugural season. I had 3 or 4 the first wristband games on my wrist. I never took them off for the first couple months. We were all rocking like the first games for the inaugural season. Nice. I mean, man, we were into it. It was fun.
And the first coach was the coach from Miami, right? Larry Coker.
Larry Coker started the whole franchise, man. Yeah,
no, I covered a lot. I covered basketball at UTSA back in the day. Yeah. A couple of college basketball tournaments and stuff. Yeah,
I knew a guy that one of my ex-girlfriends. He did some time later. He was a lawyer, made a bunch of money. Turns out some of that money he made, maybe wasn't legit.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Maybe more than allegedly.
He just moved to government housing.
Hey, yeah. But he went to UTSA back in like the 80s or something, and he was a big booster. Ooh. And apparently he threw down so much money after he became a successful lawyer that the basketball stadium was almost named after him. I mean, he was like one of the 5 guys that built the basketball stadium for UTSA. I mean, so he was like really plugged in apparently, like like a Tillman Fertitta of like U of H type deal.
It's gonna take a lot of boat lifts.
But I don't know. I don't know if he's still on the boosters list now.
Yeah.
You know, they might have took him out of the club.
I heard I think this morning I was listening to the radio and they were saying in California they're passing a law that the college kids can start taking payments.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've been working on that for a long time.
Yeah, it started with